Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an Enderman holding a house. You see, the thing is, this isn't just a fun statue, this is an actual functional house itself. Let me show you. So, on the exterior, we have the mini Enderman holding a house. He's grabbed it instead of a grass block, whoops-a-daisy. If you want to access the actual house, you just run up the side of Mr. Enderman's leg, and you'll enter his belly area. If you walk up here, you'll notice that we have a door, and if you open the door, you'll find a horse in the house. Once again, Cinnamon has decided to intrude in one of these tutorials. What do you want, Cinnamon? You can't really stay in here. I'm trying to show everybody the house. You're taking up too much room. What do you want to tell people before I have to say goodbye? Yeah, well, that's great. So, I'm just going to have to get rid of you very quickly. Luckily, I have a diamond sword here in this chest. I know you don't want to go, but you're just going to have to... I'm sorry, I'll resurrect you later. So, this is the inside of the Enderman house. As you can see, it's not exactly massive, but it is kind of cool. It's a nice, cool idea to have a house held by an Enderman that actually works. A lot of people might not expect it to actually work, but here it is. You could also hollow out the rest of Mr. Enderman, and you could very easily just turn the rest of his body into an actual functional house itself. But there you go, guys, that's the house idea. I hope that you enjoy. If you do, please do remember to smack that like button. If you do enjoy the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Say hello down there in the comment section if you do subscribe, and also click the little bell next to the subscription button if you do want to help me out and get every single one of my videos sent directly to your sub box, because otherwise that may not happen. By the way, just as a little side note, I did make another smaller version of this, a little mini Enderman version, an even smaller one that I made holding a little modern house. But I think that this one right here is vastly better than that tiny little one. But you can absolutely adapt this to hold different houses and different styles and such. Anyway, why don't I actually show you how to make this thing? So, if you want to make this thing, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some black wool, some purple wool, some magenta wool, some oak wood planks, some white stained glass paint, stone brick stairs, oak wood stairs, some grass block, and we'll need all of the other materials that you can see in the inventory right now. The main ones are the ones that we've already grabbed, but grab everything else that you can see. Pause this video if necessary if you need the time to grab everything. Now, once you have grabbed everything, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I can't give you exact measurements on how big of an area this thing will take up, because you can modify this house so much to take up a much bigger area. You can change the house, you can change the Enderman, you can change the route in which you would actually get up to the house, so I'm not going to give you a measurement of which this thing will actually fit. Instead, pick an area in your world and begin this build by placing a row of 8 black wool coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going to the right of this row of 8 black wool, place another row of 8 black. Leaving a gap of 2 in the floor, going right, leave a gap of 2, and then construct another row of 8 black wool coming up from the ground. You don't have to count that out if you do know for sure that that original row was 8 blocks. Extend that last row of 8 to the right by 1 row. So double up on the row, and there you will have 2 Enderman legs. Almost. So behind these 2 rows, add an additional layer of black. So we will now have 2 pretty stout legs for our Enderman to actually sit on top of. These are his legs. These are where we are going to be placing the ladders later if you want to access your Enderman the same way that I do. Once you have both legs, place a layer of black wool, an additional layer of black wool on top of the legs, like this. Place an additional layer and connect it left to right. So add an additional row, left to right, on top of the legs, connect it together like that. Then add a layer of black wool that goes all the way around the outside of that layer of black completely. So go all the way around that outside layer of black completely to give you this shape. If you like, something that you can do, because it will be a little bit easier later, if you come to the very front left-hand corner of your Enderman, so right here, move to the right by 1, knock out this block, and replace it with something recognizable, maybe like a purple wool or something. We'll be needing that later on. Now, take each one of the 4 corners of the top of your Enderman, it looks like a rectangle, and extend them all of the corners up by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you want to do the exact same thing to all of the other corners. So raise them all up accordingly, raise up all of the corners, and what you'll then want to do is you will then want to connect them together. And something else that we'll want to do once we have connected them together is we will want to fill in the majority. You know what? I mean, yeah, we'll fill it in. Fill in every single face of the Enderman. I was going to say that you might not want to fill in all of the Enderman. You might want to leave some of it open, just because we will be needing the interior of this a little bit for the house. But we'll deal with that later. We'll talk about how you might actually want to access the innards of your Enderman, and well, like I said, we can talk about that later. We can figure that out later, can't we? So we're just going to completely fill in all of the Enderman. Now, once you've got that sorted out, come all the way up to the top of your Enderman, and you want to add an additional layer of black wool on top of the top rectangular shape of your Enderman. So add an additional layer of black wool, like this. What you then want to do is you want to take that additional layer of black wool and you want to extend it forwards and backwards by 2 rows. So the first row, you want to do 1 row, 2 row, you want to do that to the front, and coming from behind, you want to do 1 row, and 2 rows coming from the back, like this. So that is actually going to be the base of your Enderman's head. You want to take the second row at the front, you want to take the very first front row of your Enderman though, and you want to add 2 layers of black directly on top, so that's 1 layer of black, and then 2 layers of black on top of the very up front and center row of your Enderman's head. On top of the next row, going from left to right, you want to do 1 purple wool, 1 magenta, 1 purple, 2 black, 1 purple, 1 magenta, 1 purple. Then add 4 layers of black on top of this. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we just want to do that to all of the other rows. We just want to extend all of the black over. And we just want to have something which should look like that. Take the top 2 corners of the head, take the backs of them, extend them backwards, and connect them down to the back 2 corners of the Enderman's head. Like this. So take the back 2 corners, extend them backwards, connect them down all the way down to the back of the head like this, and also do fill in the actual sides of the head as well. And something that we talked about earlier was you could, if you wanted to, you could actually turn the entire interior of the Enderman into a house. The second biggest living space would be, other than the actual house that he's carrying, could be the Enderman's head. Now, it's just an idea. You might not want to do that, but if you do want to actually maximize the amount of living space that this small statue will give you, then I would highly consider turning the head of the Enderman into a nice living space, because it is like an 8x8, I think it is actually like an 8x8 block area. It's pretty decent. So what's the inside? Is it like 6x6? You've got quite a bit of space to work with. So you want to have something which should look exactly like that, and that is fantastic. Now, once you've got that sorted out, it's now time for us to build the house. We'll build the arms around the house. So come all the way down to the purple block that I placed earlier. You can replace this with black if you have taken note of the position of the purple block, which is this one. Extend out from where that purple block was with your oak wood and extend out by 5 out the front of your Enderman. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can extend this out further if you would like a larger home. Take that 5th block and extend it to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect it back to your Enderman. Fill in the base of your house using a material that you would like to be the interior floor of your house. For instance, oak wood. Take the outer 2 corners of the house, the 5th blocks, and go up on top of them each by 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, coming up from the corners. Connect them together in the center diagonally. So for instance, take this left-hand 3rd block and do 2 upright diagonals. 1 and 2. Go to the right by 1, to a bottom right diagonal. You'll connect down. We have to place a doorway for this house. I like my doorway being on the very bottom right hand side of the house. We also have to create a window. So I'm going to place a row of oak wood planks at the bottom of the house, and I'm going to place 2 white stained glass pane coming in from the left, 1, 2, all the way to the right. That will form a small window. The rest of the front of the house can easily be made out of oak wood planks, like this. Now let's do the roof and the walls and stuff. So we want to build up the rest of the walls of the house by doing 3 rows of oak wood planks on the left and right hand side of the house. That's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. And if we come to the right hand side of the house, 1 row, 2, 3. In line with this 3rd row of the house, we want to do a layer of stone brick stairs that is completely on the side of the house. So it is on the very side of the house, and it connects from the front of the Enderman to the end of the actual house itself, and it extends outwards by 1 row. We want to do 2 layers of oak wood stairs above and inwards in relation to the rows of stone brick stairs, because we are, despite this being quite a small house, we are going to have a nice looking roof. We're going to have a 2-tone roof, so the very edge of the roof, which overhangs the build by 1 row, and the very top of the roof is going to be stone brick stairs. The center of the roof will be oak wood stairs. You guys can see how that looks. I'm also going to change this oak wood here to face sideways like this. Alternatively, it could face downwards so nobody sees it at all. I'm going to do the same thing to the opposite side of the roof, so I'm going to add in the layers of oak wood stairs. There's only 2 of them, and then I'll add in a layer of stone brick stairs right at the top. I'll have the stone brick stairs overhang by 1, and then I'll place upside down stone brick stairs underneath the overhanging layer of stairs to give us this shape. To give us an added effect to the house, you may want to place a layer of grass blocks directly underneath the house. So you may want to add a layer of grass blocks directly underneath this lovely wooden house that we have like this. Then you may want to kind of just make it look as though this house was picked up off of the ground. So you might want to kind of like make the earth crumbly underneath the house. You may even want to have a couple of falling grass blocks moving towards the floor if you like. It's completely up to you. You can make the house look very, very crumbly with the dirt or not. It's kind of up to you. It looks great either way. I would highly recommend the dirt though. Just adding a little bit of that does make the house look as though it has literally been ripped from the ground. When it comes to the Enderman holding the house, we want to take out our black wall, and we want to take the left-hand side of the Enderman and the right-hand side of the Enderman. We want to come all the way up to the left-hand side of the body, where we have this is like the top row of the body on the left-hand side, right? We want to take the 2 center blocks, and we want to extend them out with the black wall like this. We want to take the right-hand black wall and do 4 bottom right diagonals from that black wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend that 4th bottom right diagonal down by 1, left by 1. Then connect upwards diagonally to the left until we connect in a natural way to the top of the arm. So we form this very jagged, zigzaggy shape. We want to extend the shape outwards to the left by 1 row, and once we've done that, we will notice, like this, we will notice that it now looks as though the Enderman is grabbing the house. We want to do the same thing on the opposite side. So if we come to the opposite side now, we come all the way up to the middle 2 blocks, we extend these outwards, we take the left hand one, we do 4 bottom left diagonals. That's 1 diagonal, 2 diagonals, 3 diagonals, 4, down 1, right 1, and then we just want to connect up diagonally, filling in as we go, all the way up to the top diagonal. Then we want to extend it outwards by 1 row, creating a very normal looking arm extending outwards. So we just want to have something which should look like that. And once that's taken care of, we can now talk about the interior of our little house. So this is the interior, this is the interior of our little house that we have. There's not too much that you can do here, but you can absolutely have enough room in here to say, place a bed. You can have a furnace and a crafting table. You've got enough room for that stuff. You can even have like a double chest at the end of the bed, or you could just have like a single chest at the end of the bed. Or maybe you could plan the house out in a much nicer way. Maybe you could have like a furnace and a crafting table here in the center, and you could have, say, like a double chest at the other end of the room. You could have something like this. And if you wanted to make the roof look a little bit nicer in your house, you could just place a little bit of glowstone here in the center of the roof. So you could place a little bit of glowstone in the center of the roof like this, and then you could very easily build like spruce wood stairs around this, just to kind of, I'm going to drop the fly. You could build some like spruce wood stairs around this, like encasing the glowstone, or you don't have to have glowstone at all. It's completely up to you, but I think that the glowstone looks kind of nice. I'd create a little bit of depth using spruce wood slabs here, so you can see that we have a little bit of a depth to the roof. Looks nice in here now. All we have to do is we just have to create an entranceway into the center of the Enderman here, and we also have to just knock out a block down here, so like pretty much like just about in the center of the Enderman. If you knock into the Enderman and then you knock down, you'll be able to create a pathway in which we can follow all the way up. And if you place a series of ladders coming upwards from the bottom of the Enderman's leg, and if you connect it upwards into like the Enderman's like if you connect it upwards into, say, like the Enderman's belly area, and then obviously you don't want to be jumping over blocks to access the interior of your Enderman, so you might just have to move the door or plan this a little bit better. So we don't want to have the door here, obviously, because this is where we like climb in. You may even find that you want to have like a light source inside the Enderman, something a bit better than a glowstone. But yeah, that's how you kind of like put this house together. And if you wanted to, you could easily just dig upwards, or you could build ladders upwards, and you could easily turn the Enderman's head into a nice area inside as well, into like, I don't know, storage area, bedroom, something like that. It'd be kind of cool. But if you don't want to do that, all you have to do is you just don't have to place any ladders, and you just have to seal this area up using your black wool or whatever material it is you want to use as a roof. So you just have to obviously seal this up if you didn't want to use this for anything else other than a nice little novelty. If you didn't really want to take anything else from it other than kind of like a laugh at how surprisingly functional this place is, then that's completely up to you. But this is the inside of the house. That is the Enderman house complete. I'm sure that you guys have managed to make this by now. I think that I've detailed every single step of this thing. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please do remember to smack that like button. If you do enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, say hello down there in the comment section down below. Plus, also do click the little bell next to the subscription button. That will ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you do want to check out the rest of my channel, I would highly recommend the card system in the description below, and it will show you loads and loads of playlists. If you check out the playlist, you'll be able to make loads and loads of things. So if you wanted to make, say, anything from my public park area in my city world, then you would find everything that you see on the floor here in my public park playlist. If you wanted to make, as an example, just a little example, some actual houses, if you wanted to make some wooden houses, then you could check out the wooden house playlist. If you wanted to make some more modern style houses, you check out the modern house playlist. We have all sorts of different houses for all sorts of different occasions. We kind of have like a nice little suburbs-ish area here. We have regular suburban houses, we have wooden, we have modern, we have even Christmas themed houses, and we have modern, we have all sorts of theme houses and stuff like that. We even have a city that we're working on that is getting ever so slightly bigger by the week. I mean, I do add builds to this city every so often. I do try and make it bigger when I can. The latest of which is an apartment building, skyscraper. We even made a pharmacy the other day. So check out the channel, guys. There'll probably be something that you guys want to make. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.